Well, hello Rabbitohs members and supporters. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Rabbitohs Insider. This week we will head over to Redfern Oval where we catch up with our head of football Mark Ellison and our blue shirt trainer John Sutton as they take us through the Playmakers segment, proudly brought to you by Zoom Video Communications. Then we have a look at this week's game against the Manly Warringah Seagulls, Saturday afternoon 5:30 p.m. in our What You Need to Know segment, brought to you by What If. Then we head back to Redfern Oval for our Pathways wrap-up with our head of Pathways, Joe O'Callaghan, also brought to you by the great team at What If. And finally, it's our glory-bound segment, but we'll have a look back at the round 1 season opener against the Storm and the hype as we head back to Sydney to take on the Manly Warringah Seagulls this Saturday night. Let's get into it. It was a tough night down there in Melbourne last Thursday night against the Melbourne Storm, but there were still some great plays put on by some of the South Sydney Rabbitohs players. Let's head over to Redfern Oval where Mark Ellison and John Sutton are dissecting those plays for our Playmakers segment, brought to you by Zoom Video Communications.
Hello and welcome again to the Playmakers, brought to you by Zoom Video Communications. Round 1 game against Melbourne down there. We thought we might be able to beat them for the first time Saturday, but it didn't go our way.
Yeah, Mark, I think the slow start sort of cost us in the end. But we did play some good footy towards the back of the game, and hopefully we can take that into this week's game.
Yeah, we showed some good signs. I mean, the first part of the game, they sort of ambushed us. They got a few offloads in that first set and got us on the back foot. We did tend to bring ourselves back into the game, and I thought Jai Arrow's interaction into the game made a difference to us.
Yeah, he was enormous off the bench for us. I think he had 19 carries, 176 metres. So, hopefully you can get Jai more playing time and see what else he can do.
You see, you watch the Melbourne Storm defence was getting off their line really quickly. Jai decided to change the direction of his attack, which caused them a few problems defensively, didn't they?
Yeah, well, he's a strong runner of the ball, and with his footwork, really had the middle of the Storm pack, trying to chase him around there. So, looking forward to see what he can do next week. Yeah,
when he changed that direction, he made them do a bit of extra work to chase him, as you said. So I think it just wore them out a little bit and gave the likes of Latrell and Cody a chance to get back.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think Latrell was standout for me. He was involved in most of the good stuff we did. Set up a try, scored a try, run for 180 metres. So he's in good form, Latrell, at the start of the season. And with his talents, who knows what he can do for the rest of the year.
I like the way he took the line on too. When he scored his try, they were backing off a bit, waiting to see what he's going to do. And when he runs in that position, because of his size and power, he's really hard to stop.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, he's got that good passing game, but when he runs the ball, he's definitely a headache for all the defences.
Last year's Premier's round 1, we didn't get the chocolates, but I think it'll be a good wake-up call for us leading into this weekend.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously some things to work on at training this week, and looking forward to having a good week with the boys at training and coming out firing next week.
So we've got the Seagulls this week. Hope for improved performance and go the Rabbitohs.
Plenty to work on from that game in Melbourne, but we're looking forward to seeing it all out on the park against Manly at Lottoland on Saturday night. Now, there's plenty to know about this game, and you can find it all out in this upcoming segment called What You Need to Know, brought to you by What If. Here's what you need to know about our round 2 clash with the Manly Warringah Seagulls, brought to you by whatif.com, proud travel partner of the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Did you know since 2019, Rabbitohs members and fans have saved over $10,000 using whatif.com/Rabbitohs? Here are 5 quick facts to watch out for as we travel to Lottoland this week. 2 of the oldest halves combinations in the comp go head-to-head this week, with Kieran Foran, Daly Cherry Evans, Adam Reynolds and Cody Walker all hitting the milestone mark of 30 to 32 years of age. In terms of game day experience, it's Manly who have the edge, boasting 457 first grade games between them, while South Sydney's halves have combined for a total of 325 matches. South Sydney winger Alex Johnston loves a meat pie, and against Manly he's come up trumps numerous times. AJ has gone on to score 8 tries in 11 matches against the Sea Eagles, with 3 of those coming while playing at fullback during the 2017 and 2018 season. Last Thursday night, South Sydney was starved of possession, enjoying only 38% of the ball. This was a direct result of numerous errors that resulted in the team completing 25 of its 40 sets. On the flip side, South Sydney only fell short by 8 points against the defending premiers on their home turf. When it comes to the lock position, it's always these two fighting off for a starting position at State of Origin level. When comparing the two at club level, it's their work in the defensive line that stands tall. In round 1, TRBOJEVIC racked up 43 tackles and with only 2 misses, while Cameron Murray made 49 and also missed just the 2. South Sydney was second for line breaks last year with 116. Manly, on the other hand, came in at 11th spot with 75. Given that the Sea Eagles had their line breached 7 times last week, it will be something the Rabbitohs would have watched closely. Travelling to the game this week? Remember, members get 15% off select hotels through whatif.com/Rabbitohs. Use the promo code Rabbitohs15 to enjoy these exclusive benefits. Now, our Pathways teams are in full swing into their seasons. We caught up with our head of Pathways, Joe O'Callaghan, for our Pathways wrap, also brought to you by the great people at What If.
Hi all, Joe O'Callaghan here, and welcome to the What If Pathways wrap for round 1. Off the back of the weekend, our junior reps had a really much needed bye and celebrated with a cultural night on Friday night over at the South Maroubra Surf Lifesaving Club. The boys celebrated all the different cultures within all our squads and had a feast at the same time as well. So they're ready and raring to go for their big match this week. In our senior pathways, our New South Wales Cup and our Jersey Flag headed out to Penrith. Very hot conditions on the day. Unfortunately, both grades going down, but massive effort. And for a lot of these guys, it was their first game in over 18 months after COVID. In the Jersey Flag game, the boys went down by 8, 24-16, and not even a special from Chase Robinson at the end could get them over the line. New South Wales Cup come back from an 18-0 down to fight their way back, and unfortunately went down 30-26. Some great games from Trent Peoples and Jacob Gagai on the day. Our women also kicked off the Harvey Norman women's season, unfortunately going down to a very strong Sharks outfit down at PointsBet Stadium, 50 points to 6, but I'm sure they'll bounce back in the coming weeks. Talking about our Harvey Norman women's squad, our player interview for the week is one of our current Black Rabbits squad members, fresh off her All-Stars debut on the Indigenous team a couple of weeks ago, Monique Donovan. Let's hear what she had to say.
My name's Monique Donovan. I play for South Sydney Rabbitohs and my position is centre. I moved to Sydney when I was about 7 with my younger sister and my nana pop raised me. Growing up, I played like everything. I loved sports. I did little athletics and I played soccer for about 9 years. I didn't play rugby league though because back then there wasn't a career for women in league. I think it was age 12 and then it cut off. So my grandparents didn't put me in league. That was a shock. I was selected for the trials and it's always been a goal and dream of mine to represent my people. I just tried my best in trials and got offered the position, so I'm very excited and happy about that. I love the game, so that's why I signed. This will be my second season with the Rabbitohs. My goals for this year would be making it an RLW side. Yeah, that would definitely be probably my top goal.
Got a big weekend coming up in Pathways this week. Our junior reps, fresh off the break, are heading out to Belmore on Saturday morning to take on the Bulldogs. We've got 1 playing 2 in the SG ball game, and then our Harold Mats are looking to their second victory of the year after a great win against North Sydney a couple of weeks ago. That's on Saturday morning. We then head out to our New South Wales Cup, playing curtain raiser out at Lotto Land before the NRL against the Blacktown Workers. And on Sunday, our Jersey Flag head back out to Lotto Land again to take on the Manly Sea Eagles. Our women will have the bye this week and they will be ready to go in round 3 to try and bounce back from that loss. Please, as always, check our websites for details about the games.
We're all looking forward to seeing those Pathways teams back on the park this weekend, particularly that Under-19s SG Ball Cup game. 2 undefeated teams at the top of the ladder as they head towards their semi-final. Should be a great game. Now it's time for our Glory Bound segment. We send our cameras down to Amy Park, down into Melbourne, enemy territory, for the season opener, and they'll be there again this week when we take on Manly at Lottoland on Saturday night at 5:30 p.m. Off the back of a promising pre-season, South Sydney and a handful of their supporters travelled south to Melbourne to take on the defending premiers.
Rainer, what song are we going to sing, huh? 3, 2, 1. There's only one South Sydney! One South Sydney! Walking along, singing a song, singing glory, glory all the way. There's only one South Sydney! One South Sydney! Walking along, singing a song, singing glory, glory all the way.
It doesn't matter how old I get every year, the excitement's still there for a brand new season, and yeah, really looking forward to see what the boys can produce.
1, 2, 3, go!
I think Latrell Mitchell will come up with the winning play. Alex Johnson will crash over and seal the game for us.
Go, Storm!
Where are you going?
Thank you for joining us tonight on the opening night of the 2021 season. What a matchup, what a build-up. Promoters' dream in many ways. South on the park already, led out by their captain, Adam Reynolds, the defending premiers then at home and taking on South Sydney, the club that has won the most premierships of all. They have not been beaten under Craig Bellamy in round 1 ever. And of course South Sydney go out there knowing that they haven't won in Melbourne ever, defending their crown 4 premierships.
Well, they haven't been able to get there as yet. They've fallen short a number of times, and Wayne Bennett in his last season for the club would love to win it. He could be the first coach to win a premiership with 3 NRL clubs.
Just not a one-night stand, so 24 games in front of us, and it's just need to start, you know, as I said, the way we want to play and what suits us.
Enjoy it. Rugby League is back, challenging the impossible yet again. Melbourne then bringing it off their try line. And it's juggled down there. Back it away off his 30-metre line. Pappenhausen joins in. Ryan as Munster dummy steps. Munster's on his way for the first try. First try of 2021. Maybe to the best player playing the game today.
Feeding off the home crowd advantage, Melbourne got out of the blocks early.
And O'Carr kicks at the 40. Hughes will get the bounce. He's got the bounce. Can't get the ball away. Tidied up there by Alex Johnston. But they go quickly to the right. They go to Pappenhausen. He gets it back. And Olam goes in to score. You can rejoice, PNG. Your hero is in again.
Well, this is the brilliance of the Melbourne Storm. They're just high energy the whole time.
Pappenhausen, a beautiful ball. Through Bromwich, back to Pappenhausen. And another Melbourne try. Their third at the note.
Well, here's an example of a team running fast and a team standing still in defence.
Pappenhausen heading for the corner. And I think he may
You can't give them too many opportunities down to the field. The Rabbitohs, they can't deal with this. They can't deal with the pace of the game.
Benji, who's out there now for South.
We're not on yet.
Marshall away, Walker, Mitchell, chance, and it's a try for Johnston. 23 last year, won the Ken Irvine medal for most tries, and that's his first for 2021. Second half of the 22-6 in favour of the home side. A lot of work to be done. Now it's come on to Marshall. He goes back to Walker. Long ball, try! touchline. He puts it out there and curls back.
That is a soft.
24 becomes 26. He crosses the border into Melbourne territory. Murray is with the ball. Here's South Sydney with Johnston brushing away a couple of attempts at tackle. A lofted ball over to Totola. Jesse Bromwich, the last with the football. The Storm have won again.
South Sydney will have to wait a little longer for that elusive win in Melbourne.
Came here with a lot of hope, but it wasn't to be tonight, so unfortunately the hoodoo continues.
Good test for us, a test for myself, and to see how the Hemi's going, so it's pulled up pretty well.
I know what the team's capable of. I've seen enough. We've got to get to these big games and do better than we do. That's the challenge for us. But we've got 23 games to go, so we know what we're working on. We know what our issues are. So we've just got to get them better, and I'm confident we can do that.
With the team back at home in familiar territory, the squad begins preparations for a Saturday night blockbuster against old rivals, the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. South Sydney supporter base are confident that the team will turn things around in time for Saturday night's clash.
I think they're going to get a better start than what we did on Thursday night. Look, I think Wayne can turn the team around, the boys can turn it around. The lads just know what they've got to do. They'll be disappointed in themselves. I know a couple of them are, that they could have done better. We've just got to be able to do what we did well in the off season, how we built in the off season, and I think we'll consolidate on that. I think we'll build on that effort that we put on in the last half, and that's what we've got to do.
It's round one. There's a lot of improvement in the boys and a lot of improvement across the park. But I think, look, we can get the job done against Manly next week, no dramas.
We're going to Brookvale, hard to win at Brookvale. I mean, other teams have done it, we've done it before. But again, you're going to another home game. They're going to be coming back from a loss. We're coming from a loss. We've got to play for each other, trust in our system, trust in our moves, trust in the way that we play the game.
Many people are saying that we can do something pretty special, and I definitely saw that here. So I come down to to do my role and be the best possible gyro I could be.
I come off the back of 3 wooden spoons, and then now I'm coming off the back of 3 prelims. So I'm getting sick of making prelims and not going to the grand final. So yeah, that's where my head's at the moment.
On paper, obviously, we got probably the best team on paper, but it's different. You got to put onto the field, and yeah, each week try and do that and build from there and see how we go.